was born to be free.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Friday at the end of May. I've taken a day of holiday. Had some fun this morning with Becky in a jewellery shop. The less said about that, the better, to be honest. At least the boat will float a lot better now that my wallet is so much lighter. And I want to head out, do a little trip and push the envelope a bit. Push the envelope a little bit because the tide's on its way out. This will be the closest to high tide I'll have gone over Chichester Bar, but there's enough water. But it'll be interesting to see how shallow that gets. And then I think I'm going to go over to Whitecliff Bay on the Isle of Wight because the conditions are just right in terms of swell and winds to stay anchor off that beach, which I haven't been to before. And then there's not much wind tomorrow, but at least it's only a short hop back into Chichester. And maybe we'll get the sailing chute that I found up and give that a go. So that's the plan. So let's get shipshape and get out of here before we run out of water. Let's do it. Okay, well, we're still in Chichester Harbour, but the mainsail's up. I'm just heading into the wind. So the main is up. East Head is in front of us. I expected more boats. There's quite a few, but I expected more. And we'll zigzag around. Here's Pilsey Island, a couple of boats there. Love that place. And then we'll head out in the distance. Visibility is good. You can even see the Isle of Wight and almost where we're headed. So just a short sail, but as you may be able to detect, despite the wind protection on the camera, it is quite windy. I'm getting 10 knots on the nose at the moment, although I'm probably making 5 of them. So I'm hoping once we get out we should get a nice little sail across the shipping channel. But AIS is on, and let's get over to the Isle of Wight. Thanks for watching. So we're just passing along the foreshore at the end of Hayling Island, and both sails are up. We've got 9.5 knots of wind. Boat's got a gentle heel, but we're doing 7 knots. We just touched 7.0 with tidal assist, and the wind helping too. It's quite weird. I'm not used to going out, starting a journey at kind of 3:30. I'm normally ending a journey. Now it's only a short one, and technically I can get there, and if it doesn't work out, if I don't like the look of anchoring, if it's really busy, I can even come all the way back. There's so much daylight, and I can come back on the rising tide. So this feels like a sensible thing to do, bit of fun, and it's nice to explore somewhere new. So I'm not going to work this out too accurately yet, but I can see some white cliffs on the Isle of Wight just above the shingle. Don't know if that's coming out for you. So maybe we're headed somewhere over light there, I think. Thanks for coming along on this lovely little journey. So I mentioned this is the lowest water I've gone over the bar. There should be absolutely plenty. Let me just let's see how shallow it goes. We're 2.7 meters under the keel. I don't think it will go below 1 meter below the keel. In fact, more like 1.5. 2.2. 2.0, and here comes, on the charts at least, the shallowest bit now. still 2 point knots. And then we'll get past West Pole and we'll get some decent angles on for these sails. Yeah, so shallowest area, 2 point knots below the keel, absolutely fine. Right, as we go past West Pole, and I've had to put on a bit of gear actually. The sun's gone behind some quite thick clouds, but it's my favourite part. We're in idle. We're doing 3.9 over ground. So we'll stop that, and I'll just go and change the battery selector to protect the batteries. And yeah, we're not going exactly where we want to go. We want to go over there. Instead, the wind wants us to head up towards Portsmouth. So we'll go halfway to the island, we'll tack and we'll see what angle we do there. I don't want to be messing about in the shipping channel. So look at the chart. Oh, it's lovely and quiet, isn't it? So we're going down here on the Isle of Wight. We don't want to go near Bembridge Ledge, that green bit, that is bad. So we'll go halfway to the shipping channel, we'll then tack and come back and skirt around the shipping channel, and then once I understand this kind of bearing I'm able to get, then we'll go across the shipping channel here, maybe tack again and then go in. Something like that. Learning. Approaching our tack point. There's a south cardinal halfway between West Pole and the forts. It's my kind of halfway mark when I'm heading to Portsmouth, and I'm going to proceed to that, just beyond it, and then tack, which by my reckoning will then take me further away from the Isle of Wight, but south, approximately on maybe a 120 degree. We'll see what the angles work out to be. But look at that view, it just looks lovely. There goes Telltales, horizontal boat just leaning gently at a lovely persistent 10 knots. So we're doing 4 knots over the ground, full sail. The new reefing lines look lovely, nice, lightweight, not salty, not crusty, and the head sail looks really good as well. We'll try and tack. We're only doing 2.4 knots, so hopefully this won't be messy. Yeah, let's get ready. Around. Coming around slowly. It's only 4 knots of wind. About 150 degrees, that's what I thought. Okay. I'm looking more. That's about it there. Oh, I've got no wind. 3 knots. Alright, we'll take this course and we'll put the engine on. And at least this is working. My spin lock jammer for my head sail reefing line. It's looking pretty good. And now the wind's come up. It went down to 3 knots, now it's up to 14. It's good enough. We're broadly heading in the right direction. I need to cross the shipping channel, so I'll make sure there's no ships coming in when I do that. They're off a bit more. Come on. 2.8, 2.9, 3 knots over ground, speeding up, 3.1, 3.2. This is part of the fun. I only had the engine on for about 2 minutes. Well, the sun's come out and we've got winds of 10 knots, so we're looking good. Heading for the Isle of Wight. Bembridge is over there. We actually want to go around past those Bembridge rocks that's on the end there, so we will tack. But I'm coming up to the shipping channel. I watched that container ship go past, and I'm keeping an eye on AIS because I want to try and get across under sail, and it's quiet enough that I should be able to do that today, and that'd be nice. And then tack the other side of the channel down the side of the Isle of Wight. Don't want to get too close because the wind's coming from that direction. I don't want the land to shield it. But this is lovely. It's a lovely boat going downwind there. And yeah, maybe I'll get there 6:30, 7 o'clock. A lot later than I thought, due to the winds and because I want to sail it, not motor it. But that's all right because it's light till like 9 something, isn't it? I'm just going to have a barbecue and relax at anchor, so I'm not in any rush. So I'm getting close to the channel. I'm doing good speed, 3.7. And the one ship I'm going to have to keep an eye out for is HMS 7, a patrol vessel that's heading up to Glasgow. Just coming out from Portsmouth, past the fort, and just in the channel. So, don't really want to get in the way of them. We've got a few guns. They're not really restricted in the ability to manoeuvre, and I'm a sailing boat, so I'm hoping they want to keep clear of me. So I've got choices. What I could do is to tack, because I do need to tack at some point. I could actually tack this side of the channel, which is coming up, and let them kind of get out, and then tack again. That's probably the kindest thing to do. It'll make very clear my intentions. They can then carry on their business and won't shoot at me. So yeah, I'm gonna, if you can see on the chart here, here's the green markers and the red markers for the channel, and so if I tack before pretty soon, then I'll just head down there, which will take me on my way to where I'm going anyway. Sun keeps coming in and out, clothes keep going on and off, but I'm not complaining. It's lovely. Let's tack. So I'm going to tack, and I've got to do a work call right now. So let's get the tack. Let's join the call and then do the tack. I won't say anything confidential about work. Not sure if you can see that, but there's HMS 7. Engine on, sail still up to cross the channel after all, because I've got a very large ferry coming in. And you know my normal saying, if I can see it, it's going in front of me. Well, I'm right, kind of on the, I was just inside the channel anyway, because there's one green and there's the other green. So we're going to get over, which should be no drama, llama, and then I'll motor sail down around that headland and we'll take a look at what this bay looks like. So now I'm close to the Isle of Wight, wind's dropped, and is a terrible angle for the last bit. The bay is just around that headland. There's Bembridge in there, where I went a few months ago. It was lovely. I'm definitely going to go back. Forts look lovely against that sky, and that incoming ferry I'm miles ahead of, and I'm out. You can see there's the red can, there's the next red can. I'm well out of the channel, well ahead of him. So my thoughts are turning to anchoring and looking at tides and reminding myself kind of depth I need to anchor in. Stowed the sails. Let's get around that headland and take a look at Whitecliff Bay. There she goes, in my wake. Nice blue skies down there. That's up to the north. Over Isle of Wight, it's meant to be sunny in about an hour. What do you reckon? Maybe. So there it is, Whitecliff Bay, to the right of those white cliffs, and it's sand. I haven't anchored in sand before. It's very gentle sloping. You can go ashore, but I think I'm going to get here so late that by the time I'll pump the dinghy up it'll be dark, so I may have to save that for another time. But yeah, we're going to go nestle right in the middle there, almost underneath that tower. I'm going to anchor in 2 meters of water. When it goes to low tide later, that will be a meter lower than where I am now. So that will give me a good, when I say 2 meters of water, I mean 2 meters below the keel. So that will mean I'll have a buffer of 1 meter below the keel. That means it could go up to about 5 meters of depth. 7 times scope means 35 meters of chain. I've got 40. So basically I'm going to put out all my chain, and I'll use my snubber on the chain. I won't rely on my row. That's what I'm going to do, and I'll bring you back when it's time to anchor. So we're just creeping in. Currently in 3.3 meters. No, I can't see any swimmers or anything to worry about. So we're just creeping up the contours. A minute or two to go. Wind is still coming over at 6 knots, kind of on the nose, which is exactly the whole point about anchoring here. It's not a lee shore. It's beautiful. 2.9. Getting ready to take you up. We'll do this together. Excuse the wobble. Position the camera a bit. Okay. 2.8. We're just in tick over, by the way. .7. I think what I'll do when I get down to around 2.2, I'll put her in neutral, see if she stops. We should do. There's a current coming kind of this way, but now we're inside the cliffs, that'll probably disappear. 2.6, but it's still doing 1.5 knots tick over. But the wind should slow us down. Quite like the angle we're approaching the beach. I don't really want to go herring in because I can't slow down, but I do want to get to 2 meters. and that should give me the best protection from swell. 2.7, 2.6, 2.5, 2.3, not enough. Cool. 2.1, 2.2, we'll go forward at 2 meters. Alright. Just go stand a bit. Drop the anchor. In my anchor up, and let's go and do it. I'm looking around, it feels like we're just bobbing on one space, and I don't want to create a castle of chain. So what I might do, I'll put out 15, I'm going to drive her astern slightly. In a moment. That's good. It's going away from us. That's good. It's now pulling away. That's nice. It's 30. The weather is going to be very settled tonight. The wind is going to be coming over those cliffs. We're going nowhere near the cliffs. It's going to be very calm and we'll be lucky to sail back tonight. The sky is clearing in the west. I'm hoping we get a little golden hour. Good. Feel the chain pulling. Yellow, 5, 10, 15, 20. Orange, green, blue, 25. 35. I'm going to put 40 here. I'm going to stretch out on the seabed. And then we'll go and set the anchor. Pulling out. There's no one here. I'm the only boat. I'm not going to put it all out. But let's get the snubber set up. As one of my viewers reminded me, the snubber needs to go in the water. So that's fine, I can do that. Now we're going to set it. I can feel spots of rain. Yeah, to be honest, there was a chance of actually a thunderstorm at one point. So just some thunder rumbles. So to set it, going astern, pick a transit. I'm going to see if a headland appears. So I'm looking at that cliff. In astern, tick over, putting back on chain, slowly. I can see it extended in front of the boat. So now we've got a 1200 RPM to set it. Locked. Is it holding? Well, that cliff is not moving against the clouds. I don't like using clouds because they move. I've got a headland here and I've got the mainland in the distance, so let me just keep an eye on that. That is not moving. That is not moving. So we are set. And I've also got my Zenku app or whatever it's called. So I'll leave that as a tight circle of 50 meters for a while. Let's see how that looks. And here we are. Well, I'm getting there, getting the boat ship shape. Got the barbecue ready with the cartridge. Sitting here in 2.5 meters of water, which feels about perfect. So let's hope I'm right on that. Let me tell you at the front, sun's come out. I think it's actually just going to be sunnier before sunset. Anchor ball rigged, anchor light rigged with rechargeable batteries, fully charged, but not yet switched on. So I'll bring that down at sunset and turn it on. Just making sure less of a trip hazard here. Very clear water. So hopefully you can see the snubber and the chain. I think what I'll do is I'll just loosen that chain slightly so that it's hanging, and then that will put a bit of extra weight on the snubber and keep the snubber definitely there, like that. So the snubber's taking the load. Great. There's that splice I did, which still looks good. What do you reckon? Pretty special place. An hour or two of sun now till sunset would be very, very welcome. Well, I guess this is golden hour. The sun, because of the cliffs, the sun's about to go down, but it's become so still. Look at these cliffs. There's people having fun on the beach, some music. Another boat's turned up, which is great. I mean, there must be room for 30 boats here, and there's only us two. I'm going to get the barbecue lit before it gets dark. I don't know if this is any good. Nando's bag and bake. I've got my sausages in what they've given me. Give it a bit of flavour. I'll have 3 tonight and 3 for breakfast with some eggs. A nice hazy IPA. But let's just focus on the nature. Oh my goodness. So here's how the sausages worked out. They look great. And so I think today, looking at one of the apps I use, really was unusually good for Whitecliff Bay. And I'm so glad I came. And thanks for coming with me.